Hey guys, welcome back. We are actually in the middle of a few day storm, and I have videos from the crazy winds and the crazy storms we've been having, and I'll insert those towards the end of this video. But this is our first video back in 2024, and it's been our first video in over a month, and it has been a while, but it was a good break, unintentional break. But I feel like it's time to update you guys on all the things and take you around for morning chores as we get ready in this snowstorm. It's Saturday, my husband's home. He's getting some extra hay loaded up for the boys, and they're riding on sleds to flatten out this, and I gotta clean off the solar panels. As you'll see, I've been doing a lot of, but this year, praise report, I'm not climbing up a ladder onto a roof to scrape them on. I just get to stand and do it. It's a big deal to me, okay? Very big deal. Let's go see what the rest of the family's doing.
Where's Benny at?
Okay.
Where's Benny?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
What are you doing?
Filming video.
You getting on? I'm gonna drive down it now.
I'll get on. Trey's driving. I'm on the tailgate. Woo! You are not standing, are you?
No.
Yeah. And the boys are on the back. Where's the third boy?
Oh, he's inside.
Oh, he's right there. Let's see how this works. Oh, good job.
Oh no, it's slipping.
Snow girls. It's pretty cold out today. Ice rink's covered. Al, are you gonna do the clean off the solar panels? Thank you. What are you filming for?
Thanks to my dad.
Trey, the YouTube people, you haven't been on camera in a while. They probably think I don't have a husband.
I can see that.
Oh, how cold is it? My hands are freezing. It's got to be like it was one inside, -5.
Okay.
Take it all the way. No, we've been yakking. One down. That didn't last long. Madeline, what are you doing, Madeline? Off they go. She's like, I'm gonna go with the boys. Madeline. My oldest did the solar panels, but today is just like one of those days you just surrender to the weather. It's not gonna happen today. Everybody has plenty of water. Everybody's in good condition. Cows are all snug as a bug in a rug. Pigs are all snug as a bug in a rug. The other pig shelter, you can see it. It's like over there. Everybody's doing good. It is 3 degrees. It is, what time is it? It's roughly 10:15, 10:14. 3 degrees. It's gonna be a cold day today, folks. My friends texted me last night and were like, hey, let us know how much snow you get and how cold you get. And all of my weather things were saying we weren't going to get that cold. So I was like, looks like it's just going to be a low of 12, 15. And not to worry, but this is even worrisome. It's 3 degrees, 10 o'clock. It'll get up. I don't know if it'll get up in the 20s. Should. We'll see. We're supposed to get pounded with snow today, though. Probably said 27 inches. I'm not really sure about that. Let's go to the little greenhouse, and I'll update you on all the things. This is a trudge. I need to check on the greenhouse anyway, so. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. Whew, it's cold. So it's 3 degrees, 10:15 in the morning. We're getting a little bit cold. Nothing to zone 3 or ain't used to. I'm gonna get a support in here. I've never had to do this in the 4 years we've had this greenhouse, but I don't know if it's my eyeballs. It feels like it's, my hair's frozen. She ain't going nowhere. It feels like it needs some support in the middle, so I want to I see my husband coming out. I thought he went inside, but apparently he didn't. I was telling him, and I might have got it on video, I don't know. He hasn't been on a video in so long, not even a clip. I'm like, people that are new probably have never seen my husband, which it is what it is, but I've not had hardly any snow, which is funny that this week we got pounded. We had a big old blizzard come in, legit blizzard, which actually wasn't the scariest part. Yesterday and the night before. So at 11 p.m. we lost power and we didn't get it. I ended up leaving for town around noon to Bend. Nobody else really lost power out anywhere outside where we live. Oh, here he comes. What are you doing? I think we should get a 4x4 out of the barn. Do you think it's swooping?
Possibly, yeah.
Or am I just more aware of it?
That probably is swooping.
Yeah. So we should get a support.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You decided to come?
Mm-hmm. She's still married. Happily married, I might add.
Your glasses are fogging up. Yeah, Do you want to get a support for me out of the barn? He's going to give me a support. I didn't have to do it. So I hope you all had a lovely New Year and a Merry Christmas. We had a wonderful Christmas. We were sick as dogs, except for Trey, my husband. He didn't get the sickness, but me and the kids went down, and we went down hard. I feel like I still don't have all of my energy back. I do have a good portion of it back, but yeah. So looking back at the last few months, we've been taking it easy, but we have started things. I've been working on cleaning out this greenhouse, which was an utter mess, and we've actually been working on cleaning up the high tunnel. So my goal is to have this greenhouse ready to go, which it basically is, right? I'm got my seed starting mix here going and watering, like I put some water in it to get ready to start seeds but then it froze solid. We're about to start peppers. So I got a couple goals, but they're very there's one big goal of the farm this year, of the garden this year, and lots of small goals, like my work gloves. They're insulated. They're keeping my hands warm in 3 degrees. And one of my goals is to, if it happens, I'm not going to be dogmatic about it, but I'd like to start and grow my own started plants. I start a lot of my own seeds already, but there is times where I fail or I'm lazy, garden person, neglect. I'm about ready to start peppers. I really want to do this. Last year, my peppers were very slow. I started them maybe in March. I'm starting them in January. I had it on my calendar to start it January 2nd, but if it starts January 15th, it's getting done. I'm going to get my heat mats out. I'm going to get my shelving out. I need to do it this week. It's been one of those things I wanted to get it done, and then it's like, oh, it just snowed 1.5 feet or a couple feet. We're getting a couple feet right now, so trudging out to the garage and getting everything is just not high on my priority list. It's keeping my house warm when we lost power. It's a whole nother ball game. You're just really trying to we have a wood stove, so thank the Lord for that. To not buy any seeds or started plants from the store, I'm going to really try. If there's an herb, this is my caveat. If there's an herb that I cannot grow or haven't found the seeds for, because I have found certain basils I can't find seeds for it, or certain mints I've never been able to find seeds for, I'm going to do that and bring them in and grow them. So there is that caveat. But as far as like peppers, cabbages, cauliflower, any other plant starts, I plan on growing all of that myself and being very diligent with my started plants. So that is a big goal. Peppers are getting started now. I'm growing like maybe 6 different kinds of peppers, but I'm going very basic. I'm going Tabasco pepper, jalapeno pepper, a banana pepper, cayenne pepper. There might be 2 more that I can't remember. There might be one that's not basic. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We had a decent pepper year, but the deer did come and eat down in my high tunnel, my peppers, and they topped them. So this year I'm going to start them in January, get the heat mats. I'm going to be very serious about this. I mean, as serious as you can be starting seeds. I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to get my peppers big, and I'm going to top them myself this year because it helps them bush out. And I find, if I have to put them in bigger pots, 4-inch pots, I don't care. I'm going to have good peppers. I don't care if it's early. I don't care. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be starting onions. Oh, here comes Trey. We're going to have to clean. We're going to have to clean off the roof. I got to go. I'll be back in a bit. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got a lot of snow off, even though you can't really tell. We also had a tree that did not fall because of the storm. It had been dead for a few years and had fallen, I don't know, it's a little guy. That'll definitely help a little. And then with how much snow we're getting, I'm just gonna have to check on my greenhouse. That'd be bad for the roof to cave in. And we have some other boards, but they're just big, and we don't want to cut them if we didn't need to. And this was my idea as we're shoveling off. I'm like, we can shovel as much as we can. And yeah, so it has a little support. Anyway, whew, now my hair's even frozen even more. So that is a bigger goal of, well, that's a goal of doing my own seed starting. I always seed start, but like doing it myself. Also getting my high tunnel ready to go, which could be a little tricky with all this snow covering my compost, but I can get it cleaned up, get the paths laid better, and rearrange how I want it to be this year before the growing season. So I can start seeds, and then typically, sometimes, I don't know, some years I get to throw compost on the ground in March. Some years it just changes. We'll see what this year holds. Sometimes it's not literally until the end of April, but with the high tunnel, I should be fine. The only unknown variable is the compost being so covered. So my goal is to have the high tunnel ready to go. I'm going to start cold crops. I want to plant them out there in March. So I should probably start my cold crops pretty soon inside as well with my peppers. Just some really hardy things, some kales. I'll probably direct sow bok choy and just see how it goes. And spinach out there. They like cold. They like cold. Last year I just scattered it on the ice and the snow in my garden and had really good germination with that, with my spinach. So I'm gonna, in the high tunnel, surely they should be fine. We're still watering in there. We have trees in there, so I have to make a point to water them, which is the pain in the butt of the year. Last year it was the solar panels. This year is watering because we have to bring in hoses to unthaw in the house and then roll them out. So next year we need to add a water line to the high tunnel itself, like get a frost free over there, and put it inside the high tunnel. That way I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can just, but the big goal for this year, which we'll talk about probably more later in the year, is some sort of community garden here at our farm. We'll see how that goes. We have some ideas possibly, and yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I know more. That'll be happening. We had a wonderful Christmas besides being very sick. We started a new tradition about this time last year. Trey was like, we should do a Christmas play because our church doesn't do it and it'd be fun for the family. We have enough kids in our family to do it that come to Christmas Eve. And I was like, yeah. And it'd be fun if I could learn the songs on the piano. And he was like, okay. Didn't think it would be possible. Maybe I'd learn one. Well, I learned all of them. And it was just the Christmas story of Jesus's birth, and it was really cute. Nieces and nephews and cousins and my kids, they all participated, and it was fun. If they didn't want to participate in the play, that was okay. We had one cousin that did the lighting, which was really cool, and he came up with, and he did props, so he was the prop master and the lighting guy, and that, so it was like different jobs for different kids to have their own creative niche. It was a lot of fun. Each week we'd have the kids over from in November to Christmas Eve. We'd have them over and we'd have some sort of treat and some fruit, and we'd play practice. And I learned to play the piano, and my cousin's husband, he learned the ukulele for the songs, and we did the songs together. And it was that is a tradition. I want to keep it going. I don't want to lose it. And so we'd have band practice, and it was hysterical. So he'd come like 30 minutes before the place practice started, and we'd have band practice, and I'm just playing simple piano notes. It's not a lot, and I get stage fright very easily, even if it's just my family, so that was a little scary, but it was fun, and we'll keep doing it. And each year my goal would be to learn the songs better. I don't know if it will do the same play or not. I'd like to, or maybe adjust it in some certain ways, but maybe get better and learn more chords and things like that on the piano. I've just been teaching myself, and I just started learning since July when we got the piano, so the end of July, and I practiced very hard, and I learned all the 5 songs that we needed to for the play, and definitely a few more for just afterward to continue on singing. It was a lot of fun. The whole family singing. I'm not much of a singer. I'm not very good, but I feel like the Lord says in the Bible, it talks about a joyful noise. It doesn't talk about it being I'm just making a joyful noise. I might not be very musically talented, but I can definitely make a joyful noise. So that was Christmas. It was wonderful. We had a lovely time. As far, like, my husband got me a really beautiful handmade knife from a amateur knife smith on Etsy. It's so beautiful. I love it. And that way, if you find them when they're not so profesh, you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for one knife. That is good. And it's beautiful. I'll have to show it to you. That's how Christmas went. It was lovely. We had a lovely time. We enjoyed. We didn't have a white Christmas. We had no snow. We actually woke up to a skip of snow on Christmas morning, which was cool. It was gone within hours though, but we did have it slightly covered of white. But it was quite warm, and it has been. We've had a very, very warm start to winter, which winter I know starts in December 22nd or 21st, but normally we get winter sometimes in October, definitely in November. December is, I think, statistically our coldest month of the year, and it was quite warm, as in 50s and 40s. It was very warm. Our ice rink it had a hard time freezing. It just finally got froze in the last few weeks. Kids have been enjoying it. It's been a lot of upkeep with this weather. You got to shovel off that snow. And so we seem to be warming up again next week, which is going to create a mess with all this snow. Earlier in the week, I think we'll go back to this because I have some shots of it. We got a little bit of snow, like 13 inches, but we already had 3 inches. We started with 3 inches, and that was the most snow we had all winter. And then it went to 13 inches. So then we had about 16 inches, and that was a lot. And then we had a crazy windstorm, and it was the craziest thing. Crazy. I did not like it at all. And then now we're under, which we had a blizzard warning, which definitely had blizzard conditions. And then the wind was yesterday bringing in this crazy storm, which is so calm. I love a calm winter snow. I don't care. I mean, obviously there's concerns about this greenhouse. I have no really concerns about my high tunnel or any other roof structure, but I love where it is quiet. It's not windy and the snow is just coming down. It's so insulating and it makes everything so quiet. But yesterday was not quiet, and the night was not quiet. It was windy as all get out. Now we're starting to get some serious snow, which is good. We needed some snow. I hadn't had this much snow in a while. Few years actually. It's been a few years since we've had this amount of snowfall. We needed it. I love having snow. And if you live here and you don't love snow, I'm always side eyeballing you and they're like, I hate snow. I'm like, we average 96 inches of snowfall a year. So if you don't like snow, I don't know why you live here. I love snow so much that I look forward to those 96 inches, which we haven't gotten in a while. And I like it when it comes in waves, not at once. I've never seen 96 at once, but I have seen 4 feet. 4 feet, 5 feet of snow for sure. This is getting, if this on top of our snow we already had, it's going to be a lot. But then today's Saturday, tomorrow's supposed to be 40. We'll see. I don't know if that's true. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to be warming up again. We'll see. And if that's the case, it's going to make it's going to be problematic with how much water and mess this is going to make if it all melts this week. So hopefully it doesn't melt all this week because I really like the snow. And once it's plowed and managed, it's not so bad. So those are the goals. This is our Christmas. We had a good time besides being sick. It was great. Good times. I had filmed a whole video, and then it was so long and I was so chatty that I was like, I'm not editing this. It was like an hour of footage. No, it was unnecessary. Here we go. We're going to start filming regular videos again, at least once a week for a bit. It is slow, and I like to take the time to have slow time around the farm. It's beautiful. There's not any, well, I can't say any because I have greenhouses and there's always work to be done. But when it's 3 degrees and your soil's frozen solid, you don't have much going on. But I will say, here's a tip. When you get bagged soil, sometimes it's dry. And sometimes the water runs off of your soil, and that means it's hydrophobic. And hydrophobic soil just means it won't take the water. So there's a couple things you can do. One is I like to just soak it in water for sometimes a couple days, and that typically rehydrates it pretty good. I have heard in extreme cases people add Dawn dish soap to their soil, and that helps as well. But I've never had to do that, and just soaking it with water really helps. But all my bags are from last year. I have so many. I think this should be enough for this year. They're all going to be hydrophobic. So I'm just going to add the water to it, really make sure it gets saturated, because that's the last thing you need, is having too dry of soil, and it won't retain the water to keep your seeds moist to germinate. They will dry out. So if you live in my area, I do have greenhouses. So if you don't have greenhouses, you can wait on your seeds starting, but I will be starting onions in just a few weeks, and those go outside at the end of April. I want them big. I want them beautiful. I want them ready to go. If you disagree with me, that's fine. You do you. I'm going to do my own thing. What works for me and what has worked for me. And sometimes even what works for me doesn't work for me. We'll see. It's all fun. It's all gardening. That is the thing. If there's a lot of people that tell you what to do with gardening, you just got to find your own rhythm. You got to find your own thing. Obviously heed people's wisdom and advice, but also I know a gal that has a greenhouse. Like, she has a heated greenhouse, and she was told not to do a lot of things. And she was harvesting zucchini before most people planted it. So if you have the equipment and if you have the willpower and the way to do it, yeah, try it out. All the weather system, you never know. There's been years like this year, if my Brussels sprouts didn't get taken out, I would have had them in December. I would have had a nice garden in December because how warm it was. I would have had it. Well, technically I made it to December. I just didn't get to eat anything except for my carrots out of December. I would have had cabbages and Brussels sprouts and carrots still. But you know, things happen. I'm not bitter, maybe slightly bitter, but I would have had a nice garden in through December. So, and most people put their gardens to bed in September. So that's 3 more months of garden season. Just, you got to do what works for you and figure out what works for you. And depending on the weather, if I start planting none of my stuff is too early. I already know this. None of this is going to be started too early. My peppers are going into a high tunnel, so they'll be fine. Don't worry about me. What's the worst that's going to happen to me? I'm going to have to up-pot them? Okay. I'll be fine. You'll be fine. Try things out. Be creative. Let's all do it. This year, I'm going to chop this rack into 2. So I have 2 table size. I'm on one right now too, so I'll have 3 of those. My plants, any seedlings up here, get scorched. They get scorched by the sun, scorched by the heat, and it's no fun. My poor hairs. So I'm going to chop that in half, multiple seed starting things, and that'll be good. And I'm just going to start a million seeds, but not in here for a while because, 3 degrees and all. That'll probably be the next video, is starting peppers. And here are some clips from this week with our crazy weather. And I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Okay, so welcome back, guys. The wind is gonna be crazy on this phone. We are under a blizzard warning, and we are outside doing chores, me and the kids, and the wind stopped, the snow stopped, the sun was coming out. I had just cleaned off my solar panels, and now they're getting covered again. The beauty about solar panels is when you get the first layer of snow off, there was a sheet of ice on here. I was still able to get some, because we have 8 panels that are only doing 1 spigot. That's at this time, it works out. But if you get this thick snow off and there's just ice on there, it'll melt pretty quickly. I was just able to scrape off the ice. I used a hockey stick. It was soft enough not to scratch the solar panels. And I have a broom that I keep out here tucked. I have a kitten at my feet. Oh, cat at my foot. Tucked underneath here, my handy dandy hockey stick and my handy dandy broom. Now, as soon as we got done with chores, the blizzard, it's not really a blizzard yet. I feel like we only have like 4 inches. It's not much, but we could get up to 50 inches, which I'm really hoping we don't, because that's a lot to deal with, especially when you have livestock all at once. But we'll manage if we get it. Trey will be home at that point, but hopefully he went to work today because it wasn't bad this morning. It started around 7, and it should continue for the next 3 days. I'm gonna go inside and get warm by the fire. Keep you updated. Oh boy. Shoot. Well, I'm up to my kneecaps in snow. So I'm trudging out to the animals. I also wanted to check on my greenhouses and make sure all the snow's falling off. Check on my cows are doing fine. We brought feed out here. Good thing we'd be trucking through. Here we go. Good news is, which I didn't film it, I was trudging through the snow. The pigs, I was worried that they weren't going to be able to make it to their water, but because we built their pens under a lot of trees, they actually didn't get much snowfall. So even the little guys can get out. We have piglets, but they're bigger. They're not piglets. We have 3 little piglets, but they're 3, 4, 5 months old, so they're not that small, but they're doing fine. They can make it to their water just fine. They made all sorts of trails this morning and actually flattened out most of their pin of snow. So the cows are actually the only ones that they can get under the trees, but they don't have any problem getting through the snow. So I'm so glad we brought this hay out here so we didn't have to trudge through. We'll see what it says. I'm getting conflicting weather reports. We're under the blizzard warning till 4 tonight, but it is obviously not snowing, and I can see blue sky right now. We got hit with a few more inches last night. It's a good amount of snow. We're well over a foot for sure. I'm so pleased we didn't get the 50 inches that they were thinking we could possibly get. I'm sure, I know the highways got shut down, so it got pretty treacherous. Schools are closed today, which a lot of times schools don't close down around here. It takes a lot to get them down, but it's just a mess. We haven't had a good snow like this in several years. So it feels good to get it again, but now it's just a lot of work. So I'm going to clean off my solar panels again while the sun's out. Everybody has water, but anytime the sun's out with solar, I like to make sure it's all topped off.
What are you doing here?
Filming you.
Filming where you hit me with a snowball?
I wasn't aiming for your head.
Yeah, much lower. much lower.
You have headphones in. Do you think you should take them out before they fall into the snow?
Oh.
Madeline, what do you think of this?
Really? Now I'll put your head right in the snow.
No, you won't. It's so beautiful. Oh dear. Run! Maddie's like,
Get him, Maddie.
I don't think she's getting him. I think she's like, what did you do to my boy? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Sun's coming out. So beautiful. We are under some serious winter storms. We have so many trees down. Fortunately, Trey, I don't even know if you can hear me. Trey came out with my dad and a family friend a week ago and got all the already leaning trees. But now we have this big tree that fell. Nothing fell on fence line. Nothing fell over the road, which is amazing, on our property. Going just out our road, there's like a million trees down. We're out of power. There's a whole power pole that snapped in half. There's 3 power lines just on our road. Small road. It's like half a mile. 3 power lines down within a half mile. And we got several widowmakers going on. There's one there. Got one over there. One over there. Got 6 trees coming or about to come down. Possibly a 7th. I'm looking at this guy and winds are crazy high. It's just crazy high. We had already gotten 13 inches in one night, or in 2 nights, and then we already had 3 inches, so we had about 16 inches, 17 inches of snow, and now we're in for another 16 to 40 inches today and tomorrow, which is today's Friday, the January 12th. Fed the cows over here, got them some alfalfa, and they got a whole bale of hay out in the barn just to keep them occupied. I want them out of the forest. I was really worried about them. All the animals are faring well. They're doing really well. I'm gonna get out of this wind. We are out of power, but never have I been more relieved to have those solar panels. So we'll have water. Gotta have water to flush your toilets and fill up the animals. The animals are set. Unfortunately, we do have a frost free for the solar up by our house, so it won't be hard to bring a couple buckets in. We had the bathtubs filled for the last storm, for power outages, for things like that. And then we drained them because we didn't need it. And then I didn't fill them. And now we're out of power. We've been out since 11 o'clock last night. It is 7 in the morning now. So greenhouses are faring great. The snow, with all this crazy wind, the snow is blowing everything off roofs. So that makes an easy job for me. There's no snow on the high tunnel, which is great for this next storm coming in. That's coming in. Well, it's been in. The wind is just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Boys started shoveling the rink yesterday. They got a good portion of it done. Still have a crazy amount to do. I'm gonna see if I can get this solar water on. They got plenty of water though. They don't even need water. Okay, that's good. That's good. Going inside. Fortunately, we have wood heat. Will never be cold. Praise the Lord for that. This is why I always tell you, if you live in Central Oregon, all the new builds that are coming in, they're not putting in wood heat. People are taking out their wood stoves. It's so foolish. Get some sort of wood heat. We have so many trees. Those 6 trees that came down, that'll be enough wood for next year. Into the next year, because we already had a couple other trees we harvested a week ago. It is much later in the day. I already ended this video, but I'm just going to tack this on to the end because I was giving you guys updates. It hasn't stopped snowing. It is still 3 degrees, although one of my weather apps says it's -2 with a wind chill of -21. It's cold. I don't think it feels like -21. I think it feels about -2. It's cold. Just checking up on the animals. On really cold days like this, you really just gotta make sure everybody's water's unthawed and make sure everybody has plenty of hay and staying warm. And that's what we're doing. So everybody's got plenty of feed. I just fed them and got to snow off some shelters. It's a good day. We've been by the fire and just watching movies. It's been really nice. It's been a good restful day, except my cows are in a tussle. Besides doing extra farm chores, just making sure everybody's okay. I got everybody ready for nighttime. It is 3, so it'll get dark here in the next hour or so. Hour and a half. And everybody's ready to go for night. They're going to be plenty warm and plenty fed. Good morning. This is going to be the final update of this video because the storms are over. The sun is out. It's shining. It's a glorious day in Central Oregon. It's beautiful. We got a little bit of snow. I think we about 3 feet. That's not too bad. We are getting plowed out tomorrow, so.
All right, church is canceled this morning due to snow. So we're out to play. Go, boys. Look around. Look how deep this is. The boys covered. We got, I don't know how many inches at this point. We got a lot of snow, so. Look at it, look at the chicken coop. These boards like 3 foot off the ground. Over 2 foot off the ground, these boards right here. And look at the snow, it's like almost level with it. A lot of snow.
I think we have about 3 feet.
I said 3 feet in my video because I figured those boards.
Oh, it's over like the 10
feet, and it's like right there at 10.
And then
inside of it.
if the, yeah, I think about 3, maybe 2.5. Mm-hmm. It's been packed down because we've been driving. Yeah. So it's hard to tell because we're up higher. The solar panels are getting full sun.
Yeah. If it snows.
It's a scoop of snow. The snow, it's so cold though, the snow doesn't make good snowballs. No making snowman, no nothing. Let's trudge to the little garden. Madeline! Maddie, you're so cute. Are you so cute? You're a doll. Hey, you want to come trudge with me? She's like, hard pass. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, we haven't walked over here. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Well, we ain't getting in, but you can see where it's at. It's at the tin and past the wood that's on the bottom. Trey's feeding. That tree I was worried about falling, it fell. Chickens are snowed in. Luckily they got a good coop, big coop. And we are about to shovel it out.
I'm not gonna hit you.
Lie.
I can see the one where you hit through it right there. Girls, snow girls. They haven't been getting fed out here. They've been getting fed under the barn. We've been makeshifting this barn with this cattle panel to go across, but that's on the project list. We just need to make doors for it again. The pigs tore them up. I thought you were gonna, oh, shoot. I was like, is he gonna go throw a snowball at the helpless cows? And you're throwing it at your wife.
Oh, that was close.
How sweet are you? So it is better to make a snowball than the other day.
Yeah, I can make a snowball.
This is going on the tubes. That's a good way to end the video.